Hello everyone, good morning, good evening. So today's topic is we are going to see about the rating. Okay, we'll be starting the rating sessions today. I'm seeing so many new names. I know those people joined for rating sessions. Welcome to the rating session. Okay, rating classes. So the class goes for the structure like it involves first the theory classes and what's are all the related configuration works. Okay, and next it goes for the practical classes. Okay, couple of LOBs I'll be explaining with the real-time applications how we can edit, how we can create a new rate books and new rate tables, rate routines. Okay, so those things will be as part of the practical sessions. So any doubts, new members?
No, we are good.
So on underlying data structure as well, right? Underlying data model for the rate table.
Yeah,
right?
underlying data model, it will be there. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I want to know before that you're just want to know not about the company names, but I want to know about the experience about in Guidewire PolicyCenter. So people who are working, right? They want specifically for the rating. So I want to know how much you're working aligned with the policy center. Praveen goes.
Yes, I actually have an experience with the policy center. Just I want to refresh the ratings.
Okay. So currently you're working with policy center.
Oh, yes, yes. Then I'm working on production support related to rating, but not full enhancements, complex requirements I can't able to turn into a development user stories. So
Understood. So how many years of experience you have?
I have 13 years of experience with 8 years of Guidewire alone.
Understood. Okay. Amplitude. Oh, thanks, Praveen. Fine.
Okay.
And how about Sunil? Hi, Sunil.
Hi. Yeah, I have a good experience on Policy Center.
Okay.
So mainly into configuration.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I've been working with, I think, insurance industry from past 13 plus years of experience.
Okay. Good. So you're
Yeah.
want to learn about rating, correct? Thanks.
Yes.
Understood. Fine. Thank you, Sunil. How about
Yeah.
Ram? Hi, Ram.
Yeah, hi Raji. Yeah, so myself, Rama, I have some 8 years experience in Guideware. So
Mhm.
mostly my experience into integration side. So I want to learn about the config of policy center and the ratings.
Okay. Fine. Thanks, Ram.
Thank you.
Hi, Omkar. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Actually, I have 2 years experience in IT support.
Mm-hmm.
I have done basic. I have some basic understanding about Guidewire technology.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So you know about this rate data model and all. If I'm speaking about those things, right? You're able to catch up, right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Thank you. Any other names I have left? I think, yeah, all good. Thank you. All right. Let me share my screen. Coming to the rating concepts, when rating comes into the picture, right? Whenever once you start with the code screen, okay, so you'll once you start the coding, okay, you code the policy, the total premium, taxes, surcharges, everything will be get displayed for a particular policy, correct? So the calculation of the premium or coverage cost, whatever it is, whatever the related things associated with the cost object, right? Cost things. The rate that time that rating comes into the picture. Okay, 1 second. One sec. So people working in already working in on-prem or cloud? Which versions?
I'm working on cloud,
Okay. Okay.
but not like I
Right.
never involved in rating.
Okay. Cloud means which release? The
Lastly, yes.
last linears. Okay. Good. All right. So we have only version 10. Okay. With that only we are doing this practical sessions. Okay.
So is there any difference between cloud and on-premises? No.
See, see that cloud maintenance of data will be differ, right? And I didn't see about still I don't have chance to see the cloud screen also. Okay. Generally in theories I used to have, but Praveen, you can explain, right? If you have any difference you
Yeah, I
see.
mean, so like, see, only thing is we can't access the entities, like, the data tables in environments, okay, because it's a container based. But regardless of cloud or non-prem, the algorithm is same for rating. Yeah, a few
No.
enhancements might be there behind the scenes, but like, it's same, like new rate book, new rate tables, new rate routines, coverages, reading, and then DTOs. Like it's the same. Like the structure doesn't change.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Praveen. Because since you're working in cloud, right? Better myself explaining your explanation will be good. That's why I asked you. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. It's no change much.
Thank you.
Because we recently created few rate books on our teammate, like other teams, like not me exactly. So the process is same. Like they copied the existing ones. Like those rate books were coming from on-prem only. There were
Okay.
few enhancements to rate routines. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. Okay. So back to the topic. So here, right, the code screen, whatever you're seeing related to the cost, or which means a dollar, since it is a US project, everything deals with the dollar amount. Wherever this, how 554 is being calculated, how tax and surcharges is calculated, or total cost, how it is being calculated, right? So here where the rating logic involves. Okay. So to calculate the total premium, right, we need the cost minimal amount. So how this total premium is calculated? By considering the amount or premium of each coverage. Okay, so each coverage, there are certain amounts will be there. So for comprehensive coverage, if you set here, right, $21. So how $21 is being arrived? So this calculation, right, it's been as part of the considering as part of the rating engine takes place, and there are a lot of entities related things, okay, and parameters related things are there. Okay, so behind the logic, what will happen is whatever we are on sending the code, on clicking the code, right, the policy details, say for example driver age or make if it is a personal auto line, okay, driver age or driver bad history, okay, and vehicle age, vehicle make, model, whatever, or location, garage location, whatever it is, okay, it will take some input from the policy details, from the policy, okay, and the rating engine will be called. Okay, in the Guidewire framework, we have a concept called as a rating engine. So that rating engine will be called, okay, and finally this output will be evaluated. Okay, so the output may be, these are the things, possible outputs is policy cost, coverage cost, taxes and fee. Okay, so in a brief, rating is nothing but process of to determine the policy cost. Okay, so the main components, if you see here, right, the rating engine at the back end logic, right, the rating engine, there are three components out there. Okay, so before that, see, there are two things. One is rating worksheet and another one is how the rating management will be happen. Okay, whatever you are seeing here, right, the logic here, right? The amount, whatever it is, those things will be, we can see it in the rating worksheet. Okay, it gives a detailed view of how each thing's been calculated. Okay, so these things been calculated. So based on these things, say for example here, right, 4E plus 1. So this is the value of this collision limited coverage for this vehicle, 2001 Toyota. Okay, so this calculation is, everything happened in this rating worksheet. In the, this rating worksheet is works based on the configuration made in the rating management. Okay, based on the rating components. We'll see one by one. Okay, so in the rating worksheet, I'll give you a walkthrough later, this thing. Okay, so we'll have a components like what is it, rate table, that is said to be as a rating engine components. Okay, rate tables, rate routines. Okay, so which is nothing but both the things will be available in a rate book. So these management of rate tables and rate routines, okay, which is present inside the rate book, is managed under the admin rating here. Okay, so we have here administration rating rate books. Okay, so rate books generally will be available specifically for each LOB. Okay, individually it will be having separate rate books for separate LOBs. Based on the LOBs, the rate books will be changed. Okay, say for example, personal auto line, rate books will be there, and homeowners line differs. Okay, based on the things, the rate books will be differ. So consider personal auto line, search. So these are the rate books currently we have. Okay, so what is a rate book is, it has like rate routine, two components will be there basically. Okay, rate routine and what is it, rate table. Okay, so what are the general characteristics of rate book? What we need to consider the rate book is, first thing is edition. Okay, next is the status, next is the policy effective date. Okay, so what this mainly deals with this dates. Okay, so if you have a policy starting from July 1st, okay, so it will pick up the latest rate book which is associated with the match with this date. Okay, say for example, from what is it, June 30, one rate book is there. Okay, so that will be whichever the latest date matches with the policy effective date. Okay, that rate book will be picked up by the rating engine. Okay, so consider if the rate policy effective date is before June, and we have from May onwards we have a rate book. Okay, so that prior rate book will be picked up by the rating engine. Okay, that's very important. So that is where this policy effect, this is a date for the particular rate books. Okay, and this rate books will be compared with the policy effective date of any transactions. Okay, next comes to the edition. So whenever you want to have some update the rate book, you want to change rate table, rate factor, and rate routines, right? The edition, you have to create a new rate book. Okay, since it will be in active status. Okay, in production and all, if you see the rate books, it will be in an active status. So once the rate book is in active, you can't change to the downgrade the status, either to stage or draft. Okay, so somehow if it is inactive, definitely you need to create a new rate book, then modify your changes, update your changes, and you have to again change to the active status. Okay, might be in UAT, right? If it is passed completely, then you have to you can change to active. Okay, so first dev phase, QA and UAT. So till UAT you can have the stages, status of the rate book as stage. Okay, once all the test results are being passed, then the rate book can be changed to the status of active, because once it is changed to the active, we cannot revert to the previous stage. Okay, so these are the status of the status of rate books. Okay, draft, stage, and active. Draft mode, you can edit the rate books, and stage, you can it will be non-editable mode. You can convert to the edit transaction editable mode, and active, it is done. Okay, after that you can't revert your changes. Okay, So this is basic about rate books. Okay, and this rate books, this is a rate book name, code, edition. Okay. So we have some few basic details about the rate books. Okay, all about code, edition, descriptions, status. Okay, and here, right, to which it belongs to. Some rate books, it is belongs to only for the particular state level or with the underwriting company, particular underwriting company, particular offerings. Okay, so that specific, okay, certain combination has to be done for a particular has to be done with a particular rate factors, means for that specific rate books can be created by using these three options. Okay. Next, again, yeah, this one same as I explained, right? Policy effective or coverage reference date. Same goes for renewal also. Okay. So if these two dates or get differ, right? For renewal transaction alone, that will be picked based on this one. Okay. Renewal effective date. So this basics about rate, what is it? Rate book. Okay. Now the rate book has two components. One is rate tables, another one is a rate routines. Okay. So rate table, what is rate table is, and before that, right, once a quote happened, okay, quote happened, rating engine selects a rate book. Okay, that again, rating engine, what it will do internally is it will call a rate routine, okay, to evaluate the cost. So rate engine will pick up the rate routines. In the rate routines, this rate tables will be used up. Okay. Second, yeah. So generally, right, rate tables will be there, rate routines will be there. Okay. Rate tables is nothing but a factor. Say, for example, based on your coverage, okay, values, certain factors will be, values will be assigned. Say, if your coverage is less than $2,000 or greater than $2,000, based on this maximum and minimum values, okay, amount, this this value will be triggered. Okay. So this actually is given by the business. Okay. I mean, your requirements sheet, rating requirement sheet will be like this: coverage name, minimum or maximum value, okay, upper and threshold and lower threshold, and what is the value against it. Either it is in a percentage or it is an amount based on that. Okay. So this is the value given by the business. So this fact, generally we used to tell a rate factor technically. So rate table definitions, generally it will have a rate factor, okay, which will be used in the rate routines. That's the main concept. Okay. Rate factor, anytime it will not be act as a individual one. Okay. It will be a part of rate routine. I'll tell you second. So we have lot of rate factors, depends on the criteria. Okay. Discounts, coverages, and state tax. Okay. Driver age, based on the criteria, we will have a different set of rate factors will be there. Say, for example, here, right, driver age factor, if it is greater than 25, what is the rate factor for them? If it is after till 25, what is the rate factor? And after 25, what is the rate factor? If the business again want to update this rate factor, right, they will have some considerations. Okay, till 50, some rate factor, again less than 50, again some rate factor. Okay, 26 to 49 age, one. From 50 to 60. Okay. Some requirements, if they have to be added, right, they'll be doing, they can update the rate table. Okay. 61, done. Above 61 is rate factor is 2. Just update. Okay. So these rate factors, right? Rate table, nothing will have a direct values. Maximum, it will just check the values from the policy, and certain factors will be assigned to the values. Okay. And what is rate routine is, it is like a algorithmic steps will be there. Okay. Steps of which means it will have both mathematical operations, conditions, logical conditions, and variable assignments, whatever it is. Okay. So if you check a rate routine, the sequence of steps the steps will be evaluated in sequence. Okay, so if this steps, what is it? If first step, what step we are giving in at the first line, that will be evaluated first. Okay, it nothing but it will calculate the cost of coverage, taxes, and whatever. At the end, that is a agenda, right? We need to calculate the cost of each coverage or tax. Okay, so for that, each rate routine will be developed, and in the rate routine, we'll be using the rate table, okay, and some other logic from the policy also. Okay, so whatever we want to use it as part of the rating, right? Rate routine plays a vital role. Okay, so generally, right, we will use to call the term called as a rate flow. That rate flow is nothing but it will prefer the logic in the rate routine to calculate the premium. Okay, that's everything is said to be as a rate flow. So technically, rating engine will calls out on clicking the code button. Okay, then rate routine will be called out. In the rate routine, rate tables will be there. Okay, so this everything technically we used to call the term called as a rate flow. Finally, premium will be generated. Okay, till the calculation of premium, right? That total flow we used to tell as a rate flow. Okay. So generally, who and all involved in the rating concepts? We used to have underwriter, supervisor, right? So technically, we have the person's called as a rating analyst. Okay, so that person, any person who want to have this rating things, right? They should have this rating analyst role. Okay, so people have the rating analyst role only. They will have access to what is it? Access to betterment of this rating concepts. Okay, to deal with the rate tables and rate routines. Okay, all right. I'm giving a pass. Any doubts so far? Just I'm giving an overview, not into the detail. Okay. All right. So I want to know people, who are all working, right? Which LOBs you are working on it mostly?
Myself working mostly on commercial line of business,
Okay. Okay.
which is like, which has a statewide rate books, countrywide rate books.
Okay. Fine.
And within a year, we'll be having like, one submission with mid of June, it will use one rate book. After June, it will use another rate book, another countrywide rate book. So I'm looking more towards the commercial lines of rating.
Okay. Because I have
And then
only
commercial auto
personal
books.
auto rate books. Let me try with first. Let me explain with the personal auto. Okay. Then I'll
Okay,
go
yeah,
for a
sure.
commercial things. Okay.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Because I want to know that background. That's why I asked. Okay. Who else? LOB, what we discuss anytime, right, Ramesh? This personal auto for vehicles and line of business. Okay. If it is based on the product, we used to tell, right? Homeowners for home, if we want to take a policy, homeowners line. Personal auto for a vehicle, for a personal purpose, personal auto line. And next for commercial things, commercial auto line, commercial property line, commercial package. That is one. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Ramesh. All right, now we'll see. One sec. Let me explain what is ongoing in what is going in the rating worksheet. Okay. Let me explain the current flow. Okay, how let me take one coverage and how one value is being calculated. Okay, then I'll compare with the values. Then we'll go for a practical session. Okay, practical session will be tomorrow. Okay. See, say for example, collision coverage $34. Okay, so now we'll walk out how it is, walk through how this $34 is arrived. Okay, so go to the rating worksheet 1, 2, 3, 4 Little Rosewood. Okay, this is a location. So see, in the rating worksheet, first it will take a location level. Okay. Next, it will take a coverables. Okay. Last, it will take a if any tax availability is there, tax level will be there. Okay. This is the structure. Okay. So there are other buttons are there. You can download it, the rating worksheet, and you can check check the values after downloaded. Okay, in the Excel or CSV format. And here, right, if you want to expand all, you can expand all. Okay, everything. Okay, and with the show conditionals means whatever the conditions it is applicable, right, it will be show conditionals. Otherwise it will be like this. Okay, plain. In detail, if you want to see it, you can, it will be like this. Okay, expand all. Okay, you can see all the conditions. Okay, so this is the structure. First it will be the location, next it will be the coverables in sense whatever the here in personal auto vehicles is a coverable, correct? So next goes for the coverage. If you check, right, this is the structure. Okay, coverage will be there. So each coverage will be there. Okay, and next goes through the next coverable. So this is structure of the rating worksheet. Okay, so now consider any coverage. Okay, so first I took one coverable, okay, which is a vehicle. Next I have selected a coverage. Now we'll see how this $34 being arrived. Okay, we'll compare with the our configuration things. So the structure goes to next, right? Once you select the coverage, it will, you are seeing, you can able to see these two lines, right? One is PA RTM demo rating 3. Another one is PA vehicle coverage premium -RR. Okay, inside bracket 3. So this is a rate book name of version 3. Okay, which means this calculates the one point. Okay, anytime, right, only one rate book is used at a time. So if you check here, right, PA RTM, this is a rate book with the version 3, which means all the coverages, all this coverables, anything, right, only the version edition 3 rate book is used across this policy. Okay, and only one rate book active at a time. Okay, next is a rate routine. Anything -RR, right, that's a standard Guidewire best practices. This is a rate routine. Okay, rate routine name with the version 3. Okay, so version 3 of this particular rate routine is used. That is the meaning. Okay, now comes to, I'll explain this terms tomorrow. Base rate, adjusted rate, we have that basic calculations is there. Okay, and term, amount, and out. Now we'll see how this each calculation goes through. Okay, so generally, right, once the rate routine is picked up, that whatever the logic present in this particular rate routine, okay, that will be evaluated. Okay, and finally the amount will be the amount will be tagged to the particular coverage. Okay, now if you check here, let me take a screenshot of it for the comparison. Okay. Okay, now we'll go to this rate book and this rate routine. Okay, then we can check how this value is being evaluated. Okay, so we need to go for the rate book 3 and with this rate routine. Okay, so rate book is 3. Okay, edition 3. Okay, and the particular rate routine we are looking for this one, PA vehicle coverage premium -RR. Okay. So this one, PA vehicle coverage premium -RR. Okay, let me click that. Okay, now if you see this, I'll explain this, what are the parameter sets. Okay, parameter sets, how this parameter sets comes into the picture and all, we'll see it one by one later. Now, these are the steps it is being involved in this particular rate routine. Okay, so first is a rate routine, right? This are steps one by one. It will be sequentially, it will be gets evaluated. So whatever here, right, you're checking, right, double hyphen. This is a comments, okay, just for our identifications and our what's the understanding, okay. And next is this is a step starting. What is the starting is, this is a variable name, okay. Left side is a variable name and conditions will be there. And whatever in the right side, right, this will be evaluated and assigned to the left side values, okay. The values will be assigned to the left side variable, okay. Now what it is here is table of base rate vehicle. One second, you can see it. Wait a minute. See, okay, this vehicle dot comprehensive coverage, okay, which means it is using the table. Table means what? Wherever you are seeing the table, right, which is said to be as a rate table, okay. So table of base rate table, it is used. Now go to, one second. Now go to this again, rating, rate books. Okay, base rate table, okay, this table, okay. Now if you check here, this is a collision coverage, okay. Collision coverage, you're checking. So collision coverage, Michigan state, okay. And the value is 93. So now if you check here, Michigan state, this is a collision, okay. So collision, we have 4 rows are there. In that, for this 3 rows are said to be meant for California, okay. So which means the rest of the states comes to this in this category. So for us, since the policy is Michigan state and collision coverage, the value against the thing is 93. So that's where this 93 comes into the picture, okay. So from the table base rate, the 93 is evaluated and the value will be assigned to this base rate, okay. Next, it is rounding off, which means 93 into 0.001, which for decimal purpose, they are using this steps, okay, 93.000. Next is a vehicle type factor. Vehicle type factor is, table is vehicle type factor, okay. These are all you will be seeing, you can see it in the rate routine, okay. So now you have to go for the table vehicle type factor, okay. Just go to the vehicle type factor. There it is, second page. Okay. See, just for mentioned of California state, they have given 2 different values. For the rest of the states, it is 50. Okay. So if the business need to have some specific values for only for Michigan, they can edit this rate table and they can give, okay, for Michigan 15, rest all states, they can give some other factor. Okay. So this 15 comes into the picture here. Okay, 15. And this 15 is being assigned to the vehicle type factor. Next is a vehicle cost factor. If you go to the vehicle cost factor, let me explain this completely so that it will get a clear clarification. Okay. Vehicle cost factor. Okay. In the vehicle cost factor, see, we have 12,000, 12,000. Okay. What is all about 12,000, 12,000? Where it comes from here is, first, let me decide what it is. Okay. For 12,000, Michigan state, it is 0.9. Where it is. So 10,000, from 10,000 to 15,000, okay, it will check minimum value and maximum value and the factor is 0.9, okay, 0.9. Now, what is this 12,000? What's all about it? You can go to that particular rate routine. Okay, here it is. Where it is here. Vehicle cost factor, okay. 12,000. Okay, cost of the vehicle. 1 second, let me check here.
Not this one, Razi, second one. TR.
Sorry?
Actually, you are opened the wrong one. Below one is the table rotation. Rating rotation table. You have to select below one. You are selected wrong one. This is PA vehicle coverage premium algorithm, right? Before you select PA vehicle coverage,
PA vehicle
TR.
coverage, the same only, PA vehicle coverage premium. -R version 3.
Okay, but before you are explaining TR,
Okay.
PA vehicle coverage TR.
Okay, got it. I think 2 are there, I believe. Okay, this might be I have. Okay, got it. So now 12,000, where it comes from the picture is, see, vehicle cost factor. The 12,000, let me take it. Vehicle screen. Cost of the vehicle. Okay. See this one. Okay. So for the 12, based on this cost, right, they have determined the factor in the rate books. Okay. So minimum value, maximum value, that vehicle cost factor, based on that, the rate factor is determined. Okay. Next is the, see, now 0.9 is added, evaluated to vehicle cost factor. Okay. Next, adjusted rate. Adjusted rate, here they have given a lot of algorithmic, that mathematical calculations. Okay. So first it took the cost base rate. Okay. 93. Next, multiplied with the coverage factor. Okay. Table coverage factor. For table coverage factor, it needs to check here. Okay. Coverage factor. So what is they have given for the collision coverage, right? For the collision coverage, the coverage factor should be, you can check like this. Collision factor, the coverage factor should be 1. This one, okay. This one, coverage factor should be 1. Okay. Next, this is being multiplied to 93. Next is a UW company factor. Similarly, it will check the table, retrieve the values 93 into 0.9. Okay. And multi-car discount. This is also 1. Okay. So this will take it from the policy line. I'll show you. Okay. But based on this, right, this mathematical calculations, each things will be multiplied and finally you will get a 33.142, 1452, whatever it is. Okay. So all, if you have multiply, right, everything, it will be get multiplied and it will be assigned to the adjusted rate. Okay. Finally, what it round off to 1, okay, 33.1452, just they are rounding to first decimal, okay, whole factor, then this value is assigned to the term amount. Okay, so anytime term amount is the keyword that final which will finalize the value to the particular coverage. Okay, beyond this, if you are using anything, right, it will throw an error in a rate routines. Okay, so you have to use this term amount at the last, whatever you want to calculate and manipulate your logics, right? Finally, the value should be assigned to this term amount. Okay, that I'll explain it. We have a lot of things has to be, what's it? A lot of terminologies is there. Okay, so this is where now if you check this 34, right? This 34 will be assigned to this particular premium value of only that coverage. Okay, not for all coverages. Okay, collision. We check here, right? This is where this collision coverage, $34 comes into the picture. Okay. So now this proration, the value comes here, right? 1.9837. This then 1.9837 into 34, $68. Okay. So this will not comes into the rating worksheet. Okay, this is based on the business logic. Some policy, some business, they will have the pro rata. Some business will not have the pro ratas. Will or will not. Okay. So based on that, what's that rating algorithm and rate table? Okay, here the point is rate table will not act individually without rate routine. Anytime rate table will be incorporated will be used in the rate routines. Okay. So based on the logic in the rate routines, this amount will be calculated and then premium will be calculated. Okay. So finally, that all premium will be added and it will be sum up for each vehicle. Okay. So for a particular vehicle, 204, second vehicle, 350. So premium total, it will be get added. Okay. And tax. For similarly, tax also, you'll have the separate rate routines. Okay. One second. Where is the rate routine worksheet? MI tax. See, for tax also they have given a separate rate routine. Okay. And but with the same rate book. Okay. The same rate book, separate rate routine is used. Okay. And this certain terminologies and manipulations. Okay. Finally, 30 will be arrived. If you can do a homework like how this 30 is being arrived. Okay. First, one is assigned to the base rate, and from the table, rate table PA state tax for Michigan, 0.055 will be there. So that is it's been assigned to the adjusted rate. Then basis. Basis is nothing but taxable basis. We have one, what's that, from the policy or somewhere it should be mentioned. Okay, we'll figure out. And next is the cost data adjusted rate. So like this manipulations will be there. And finally, if you check anything, right, term amount is the last factor. Okay, in that the value whatever is evaluated, it is being updated to the term amount. Okay, which means this term amount is updated to MI tax as a premium value. Okay, now here the point is it necessary to have all the same rate routines for all the coverages? No, not necessary. We're based on our configuration in a Gosu codings, right? That will be what is that handled in our Gosu logic. Okay, so that will see it in the downstream. Okay, see if you check here, right, Mexico coverage limited. So for this, the different set of rate routine is used. Okay, but for the rest of the things, right, medical payments, okay, this is also the different rate routine. Okay, for comprehensive, I believe collision, yeah, same rate routine is used. Okay, so which rate routine for which set of coverages has to be used will be determined in our Gosu class. Okay, so we have that is a separate flow that I can explain later. Okay, so this are basics. Okay, once the rate routines, rate tables, that logic, sequential values, everything comes into the role. Finally, this values will be calculated. Okay, this today basic class only.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a small question. So if you go to the rate routine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
You want me to go here or here?
yeah, yes, a rate routine, any rate routine.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Mm.
can you yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So here we are going to calculate base rate, adjusted rate, and then term amount. So these are all like every routine will have the
Exactly.
same pattern, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That I have to explain it. It involves some calculations. Okay. Initially, base certain hierarchy is there. Base rate will be there. Adjusted base rate. Then adjusted base rate is equal to base rate into basis 0.01. Some calculations will be there. Okay. Tomorrow I'll explain. Okay.
Yeah. And also once we calculate, we will populate the final premium into cost objects, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Actually, two entities involved. Okay, one is cost entities, next is a transaction entities. Okay, so both will have a difference. Okay, yeah, downflow I'll explain. Okay, one by one, not all at a time. Okay.
Yes. I think it is too early. I think we can discuss in next
Yeah.
session.
Well, first I want to
Yeah.
give you the overflow, what is happening in how this logic happens. Then if I'm explaining what each all into the separate things, right? That will be easy. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I think
One small doubt, Raji. Like,
Mhm.
if you go to any rating worksheet, and
Rating worksheet, one
sheet.
second.
So on the right side, how the values are populating? On the rate routine side.
This one, huh?
Yeah. Open on the thing. So here, expand one thing. Yeah, if you see on the right side, right column, like PA collision underscore MA, right? MA underscore MA. Right? So these are in the brackets, right? If you observe. Below that, there is one more like MIs, comma, other. So how these values are coming? And why these brackets are there here?
see, this is like what is it? Placeholder. Okay, this values will be get changed for other coverages. So generally, it refers the what is it? Logic from this table. Okay, base rate table, and it puts the values based on dynamically based on this coverage. Since this is a collision coverage, this value is populated. Okay. Since this is what is it? Vehicle type factor of particular state, and other means that common criteria will be there. If you check the vehicle type factor, there's a called as a California, right? 1 second. Vehicle type factor. Vehicle type factor. Type factor. See, California. So it system will pick up, the rate engine will pick up, will check the values here. Okay, two things are associated with the California. Rest all goes for the other categories. So it will take the state, MI state, other, then 15 will be pick up. Okay. And if you check here, 1 second, I'll show you that again, rate table definition of this vehicle type factor. Vehicle type factor, go here. This is how the structure of the rate table is defined. Okay, here that goes your answer comes here. Okay, what we need to check up: jurisdiction, vehicle type. Okay, if you check, okay, if you check here, what is jurisdiction, what is vehicle type? In that, factors will be there. Argumented sources. See, policy line dot base state. So from our policy line, okay, this base state will be, that's why it is able to identify the Michigan, that value is populated from the policy line base state, from the vehicle dot vehicle type. Vehicle dot vehicle type is nothing but we used to have other, right? The vehicles. Here. That's this one. Okay, this other. So vehicle dot vehicle type, this category we are taking it, and policy line dot base state. Okay, base state is nothing but here is what I forgot the state, Michigan. Okay. Okay, so that's a secondary. Okay, how now we see in the rate books, after giving the values, what we are seeing, right? That is one point, the rate table. Now we can see the values, but how the structure came into the picture. Why only coverage and factor column comes into the picture? That is a question, right? That question will be answering how rate table has to, we need to define it. Okay, so if you see, this structure is different. So anytime if you are creating a new rate table, this comes into the picture. Okay, this will see it. Okay, one by one we'll see it. Okay.
Okay.
That's why I didn't go here. Okay, directly I didn't go because it will get confused. If you check the rate routine also, it will be in a confused state. Okay. See, first the overflow is different, and creation of rate routine rate table is different. If you see here, the checkbox and all will be there. Okay, it's a different. Okay, once you created and then associated with the rate books, then only the values can be added. Values means nothing but the factors can be added in the particular rate table. You got it? See, this, to add this factor, I need this skeleton, right? This coverage, jurisdiction. How it is identifying this jurisdiction, how this identifying this values, how this identifying this values. For that, we need to go for a rate table definition. Got it? This we'll see one by one. Okay. Similarly, we have a parameter sets also. So this again will comes into the rate routine. Okay, what parameter sets? Inside the parameter sets, what are all we have to consider? What are from the, see, even though rate engine pickups at the time of quote, right? System has to evaluate, identify the terminologies or connectivity between our policy or our data model and this rating management, rating concepts, correct? That's and all will comes here. Okay, see, entity dot personal auto line, this just a variable. Okay, so through that entity dot personal auto line only, this can be identified for this particular parameter sets. You got it? Otherwise, this is not possible. So this we'll see one by one. Okay, it's a huge topic.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
All right. And before you go, you people have rating things is fine. Otherwise, the people who have doesn't have that, right? You have to do some certain steps. Okay, I'll show you. Rating config steps. Okay. So in the client machine, it will be already the basic steps will be there. Okay. But in training purpose, you have to enable few things. Okay. I'll share this, what's the PowerPoint. You have to do the steps. Okay. Add this line config.xml. Okay. Enable rating module. Okay. This one. And next is in script parameters, you have to add these things. Okay. These things. And next is a PA rating engine, right? And this you have to write. Okay. And people who are already there in the training materials, right? Those people can definitely, you have to use these things. Okay. Next, override in the PA policy line methods, right? You have to change this methods. Okay. Once this is all done, then only your application will show this one. Show rating works, not this one, sorry. Rating, right? Rate books. Once you have all done that changes, restart the server, then you have to give that all shift T again, load the sample data. Okay. Then your rate books will be populated. Okay. Otherwise, rate books will not be populated. Okay. So please try this and let me know if you have stuck up with anywhere. Okay. Giving posting here. Right. So once restart the server, don't forget to give to load the sample data by giving all shift T. Okay. So once load the sample data, then we can view your for personal auto. I am telling. Similarly, we can do for the any LOBs. Okay. Right. Yeah.
There will be hands-on training also, right, for this
Sorry.
during the process. There will be a hands-on training as well, right?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
to
yeah.
create rate
I'll
routines and
create a
all.
new rate book, new rate table,
Okay.
how to create a rate routine, the parameter cells. We'll go with examples. Okay. Before that,
Oh
I'll
yeah, sure.
explain this term amount, adjusted rate, and the base rate. Basis, we have certain terminologies. Okay. Cost, how each cost being calculated and all. We'll go through it. Then we'll go for a practical session. Okay. We have time. No problem. Okay.
Oh yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah. And
Um,
also you will teach the flow chart also, right?
Flowchart, what is that?
Like the way how rate routines will execute. Okay, yeah,
Rate slice
sure.
method will be called in that rate plugin will be used. Yes, that's will goes. Okay. Once the code
Okay,
is
sure.
called, how the rating things, that's what you're asking, right? Flow.
Okay, so I don't know with the
Yeah.
personal auto, but in commercial auto, right?
Mhm.
We will be adding rate routines, but along with the rate routines, there will
Mhm.
be a rate flow chart, rate routine where we add references to the rate routines in which order they have to run, and then how the parameters flow, or else output of one rate routine pass to the other rate routine. So all those steps.
I'll explain it.
Okay.
What is in our Gosu behind the screen, what is happening it. Let me know if you
Okay.
are expecting the same. Okay.
Okay. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Just I was asking, as this is a
That will
introductory
be the
class, right?
last,
So,
okay. Last means
okay.
once after, then only it will be understandable. If for now itself I'm telling, it won't be understandable. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Probably,
Sure.
yeah, experienced
Just,
person is fine, but others also there, right? We need to.
oh, yeah. No, no problem. Just I'm clearing my doubts, like what
Okay.
kind of content we'll be teaching here. Oh, thank you.
All right. Fine. Okay, then we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Excuse me.
Hmm.
Do we have a setup to do like in our local how to get this? Because we joined for just for rating, we never installed in our personal machines like the.
That you have to discuss with the sir, please. He can tell.
Oh, okay, with the Lokeshwar.
Yes, Lokesh Reddy sir.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.